Right.
Okay, there we go. Here we are, live, episode 33 of our Candlekeep Mysteries campaign, just at the start of the new mystery, where last week everyone got back after the previous mystery helping out the Gripply. You all got your rewards, got a fancy new sword that is sentient, and yeah, you kind of reported back and everything seemed to be going good, and you had a little bit of downtime. Kind of, yeah, well, not really downtime, but you had like a day or so to take care of a few things, and during which Salam got a kind of vision from Saloon that is kind of leading him to Waterdeep, which seems to be lining up with the current next mystery, as he also, as part of that vision, he saw glimpses of an area in Candlekeep indicating a mundane looking book, but since he was drawn to this, it stuck out very much to him. So the gang set about finding this book, and turned out to be some sort of a diary written by a servant who appeared to have served the Yellowcrest family. After reading into it a little bit, you had Lord Vialis Yellowcrest and the Lady Maria Yellowcrest, and the kind of last entry depicted the writer Sarah seeing the Lord get up to some cultish, evilish looking activities, and she was worried that she had been made, and that's kind of like the last entry. But as I believe Chadwick was reading this, each time he mentioned her name, Sarah, the room got chillier and more close, and you got that kind of nasty, creepy feeling climbing up the back of your leg and up your back and into your ears. And then eventually it all manifested as a ghost appeared from the book. And yeah, she tried talking, but yeah, she seemed to be missing her tongue. But yeah, you guys had something for that. You had either message or what was it? What was the spell you did, Salam? Tongued, yeah, tongued. So yeah, through either of those methods, yeah, you're able to communicate with her, but you haven't actually spoken to her yet. That's kind of where we finished. I believe I have the handout for the book and the ghost. I can grab those for you again. So the handout, this one, I believe. Yeah, so this is the book you guys were reading. It had that kind of crest on the front that was familiar as well. And then you had the ghost appear before you. That is this one here. So that is the ghost that has appeared before you. She did mention something, I believe at the end of the session. She was kind of calling out for revenge for what was done to her family. Well, the family she served, essentially. So yeah, that's where we are up to, I believe. So yeah, you have a distraught, angry, grieving ghost in front of you. And yeah, let's pick up where that is. Ooh, spooky.
No, like spooky.
Okay, well, you could just leave Candlekeep, hand in your notice, and retire to the mountains and do mountain things.
Can't. I'm 1 week away from tenure.
Oh, okay.
I'm always 1 week away from tenure.
You'll have to stick it out then. So yeah.
Have you already talked to this ghost? Like,
not really.
I think someone brain spoke to it.
Yeah. Either communicating telepathically through message, or we can just say, yeah, the tongued spell works. And she has like a weird ghosty, fleshy, licky tongue thing that lets her speak, but it's not her own tongue, so maybe it sounds a bit weird. Yeah. But yeah, so she kind of she's crying out for vengeance as for what was done to the family that she served. So yeah, there we go. She still seems like mad, but she doesn't seem to be trying to attack you in any way, which is always good.
Where is this Yellow Crest Manor?
Yellow Crest.
Is it in Waterdeep, Sarah?
Yellow Crest Manor, yes. Waterdeep. I remember vaguely. Waterdeep. The streets, the people. So nice at first. But then the strange goings-on started. Waterdeep. Where am I now?
Candlekeep?
Candlekeep. I know not of this place. Is it far from Waterdeep?
Not terribly. Kind of medium distance.
Medium. Wow. I cannot do anything here. Ah, my family. They were so kind at first.
What happened?
The Lord. Did he? It is so hazy. I do not know how long ago. Maybe it was him? So much death. The wife, the children, the other servants. I can't. His face is in my memories, but it's hard to recall if he was really the one that did the murders. All for that wretched book.
What book is that?
I do not know the name. It was in a language I did not understand. I saw the drawings, vague drawings of those creatures. I think it was mentioned in the section that Chadwick read. But yeah, she can relate to it again. Where was it? Ooh. It was that weird monster thing. Yes, the tentacled monster. I only caught a glimpse of it on the book, but also a burning figure. I don't know if it was just one though, it seemed to be mashed together of various things. And there seems to be a focus on that great tentacled being. But this book, the tome, it was a language I did not understand, so I do not know.
That doesn't sound very fun.
No. There was so much death.
So what can we do to help?
Find why and who. Find the reason of those deaths. Whether it was a ritual or just pure murder and chaos. Find who and bring upon them death. Find maybe the bodies of my previous family and lay them to rest. Their souls should have passed on, but I cannot sense them in the next life, so I am here trapped.
So in order for you to pass on, we have to help the spirits of the family you used to work for?
Yes, that must be it. I just need to know why. And I need vengeance. Insight checker. Yeah, you can insight check. 11. She seems manic and mad and as if maybe she's not all there in the head, but she seems 100% convinced of a death of the people she served for nefarious causes, but you don't really, you can't really tell. She's pretty crazy. She might be talking nonsense. She seems very manic about what she's talking about.
And dear Sarah, are you residing in this book here?
I believe so. I feel... Yes, this book. I used it as a diary. Perhaps the words have somehow bound me to this realm. My spirit. I spent so many nights writing in that book, and it was a cherished gift, so perhaps I am somehow bound to this realm through that book. What does this mean? I am just a servant girl. This is so new and foreign to me.
Well, it means now at least your travel size.
Perhaps.
Well, at least you can accompany us back to Waterdeep, and hopefully we could bring you back to your old place of residence.
I could try and travel with you.
We've summoned you once, far from the place of your demise, so it stands to reason we could do so again, closer to it as well. There's no reason for the opposite to be true.
Perhaps. The only truth I care about is the reason why they were killed and by who.
What year was it, the time you passed?
She maybe can't quite recall, but I think the last entry in the diary that Chadwick read was roughly 5 years ago. And Candlekeep takes place in the year 1492 DR, so 5 years prior to that.
That's 5 years prior.
Mm-hmm.
If this case has already been, this case may have already been settled by the locals. It certainly should be within living memory. We should be sure to ask around the locals before heading off to the manor ourselves.
I would hope that that is the case, but I feel if the matter was settled, I would not be bound to this plane. I would have passed on and joined the souls of my family.
And these people that you say were nice, they are the wealthy and powerful type?
There were so many people of power and wealth in Waterdeep, but yes, they had enough wealth to have a number of people serving them and a very comfortable home. And they were generous with their wealth, at least at first. I believe they... oh, what was it? They often gave willingly to a local temple. I can't remember which, but that's...
The House of the Moon?
Perhaps, I'm not sure, but that soon stopped when the Lord became involved with that book, that tome.
Locals might know what church they attended, if they were a prominent family.
Yes. Find out. You must, I implore you. I wish to pass on. It feels so wrong still being here.
Well, we can certainly try to help, no promises, but...
That is all I can ask. In this form, I feel I can do nothing. But thank you for listening and good luck. And she starts to fade away into the book unless you kinda call out to her.
I didn't have anything else.
Perhaps we should make sure all our affairs are in order with the keeper before we head out.
Yeah,
Looks
so
like
she
we're
fades into the book.
on some another off the duty job. Is that going to be a problem?
Didn't we already get permission for this?
I don't think you haven't brought it to the attention of the keeper yet. But you probably get the idea that since it's related to a book that is already in the keep, it's something they don't know about or wouldn't understand, so they'll probably want you to get to the bottom of it. So yeah,
I just figured we'd gotten permission to go on a little vacation.
Oh
to
yeah.
Take on work outside of our duties might have been a little different. We've done it before.
You were thinking of taking leave to go to Waterdeep, but now you seem to have a work-related reason to go to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Also, we also discussed securing a new business line with the Jewelers Guild, thanks to our new friend Glitter.
And perhaps a new blacksmith too.
And a new blacksmith, that is correct.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
A lot of official reasons to go to Waterdeep.
Pure business.
Yeah.
Oh.
Keenerin, you'll probably know that the kind of businesses that aren't related directly to the books and the keep have kind of been established here for a very long time, and nothing has really ever changed. But yeah, you know that if it's not like related to kind of copying tomes or that kind of book related stuff, it's they would like lease kind of or rent kind of they would rent kind of like a area in the kind of marketplace to sell stuff. So there's like an apothecary, there's a tailor's, there's the blacksmith and the kind of stables. Oh gosh, I got another raid. Wormwood Game. Oh geez, Wormwood Gaming with a party of 188. Okay, hello everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to the D&D. We're just getting started with a Candlekeep Mysteries campaign, level 7. So yeah, stick around, drop a follow. Yeah. Yeah, and you guys, yeah, let's get to it then. So yeah, feel free to go to the Keeper and kind of bring him up to speed with what's going on.
Yeah, I was about to say our first stop should be the Keeper.
Alright, let's head to the Keeper's study. Okay. You're okay. Okay, let's pull you to the scene. There might be a bit of lag while we transition to the scene, so bear with us, stream. it's a small map, so it's alright. Okay. So yeah, you head to the familiar door of the Keeper, and you knock on the door, and there's a brief moment, and then the Keeper, Genesee, begs you to come in. Yes, yes, come on in. Who is it? Yeah, you guys again. Back so soon?
Yes, it seems something has come up in the short time we've been gone.
Yeah, really? What would that be?
Who currently has the book?
I think
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let's
I
go with
think
that.
Chadwick had it.
Chadwick
Oh,
was
yeah, that's
reading it. Yeah, Chadwick was reading it when the ghost came out. He might have dropped it, or he could have kept it. He probably doesn't want it, so he probably would have, if there was an opportunity to kind of give it to someone else, he would have very much passed it on. Yeah, thank you.
Well, whoever
everyone.
has it, Keenorn will, maybe ask for it and then place it on the Keeper's desk, kind of present it to him. I understand that you had the prophecy that you were looking into, but something book-related has come up.
Oh.
Yes, so we've been in contact with a spirit, and we've been asked to go to Waterdeep and investigate, and it all happened from this tome here. And if I recall right, she mentioned another book, did she not?
Yes.
Another book of interest.
Is this book in the keep?
No. And it's supposedly a nefarious book.
Ooh, that sounds spicy. Well, this book is property of the keep already. I presume it was given as entry at some point, so just a diary, but still, diaries contain knowledge, and I guess in this case it had a spirit that we were unaware of. So yeah, good find on that one. Did you speak to this spirit?
Briefly?
Yes, briefly, and she was very troubled and had difficulties putting into words what it was she wanted. With you and the Keep's permission, we would like to travel to Waterdeep to further investigate.
Yes, well, if this is something we were unaware of, the more we know, the better, so that's perfectly fine. But I would, one of the rules that even applies to you, no books are able to be taken out of the keep. Now, we can arrange to have a copy of it immediately made for you to take, so you can refer to it, but the original has to stay within the keep.
We should probably take a copy just in case then, huh?
Yeah, no, that's no worries. Usually there is a charge for that, but since it's official business, I can waive that charge. Yeah, and I don't know if the spirit will transfer over. Probably unlikely, but you'll still have it's a diary, yes.
Yeah.
Then I'm sure there would still be useful bits of information in there. So I can get this started for you. I'll send this away. He kind of opens up a portal into the side, jots a note onto the book, and then kind of just shoves it through the portal, and then the portal closes off. Yeah, that should be ready for you at the exit gate to the keep. Just let them know who you are, and they should have it. I put a little bit of a speed on this, so it shouldn't take too long. It usually takes a while, but we've got magic to kind of speed things up. So yeah, give it 30 minutes or so. That'll be fine. Yeah. So to Waterdeep, yeah.
To Waterdeep.
Very good, very good. Make sure you report back, and yeah. As I said, the keep, we are known, but yeah, try not to get in trouble with the law over there. We don't have jurisdiction as it was in Waterdeep. They will know of us, but that doesn't mean you're a law unto yourselves. You can still break the law and get in trouble for it. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're investigating, and try not to get into too much trouble, yeah?
Can we take, like, hippogriffs or horses or something? Get there faster?
Yeah, I'm sure we could arrange the hippogriffs for you. Yeah, everything should be ready within the 30 minutes, yeah? So yeah, just make any preparations you need, and pick up the book, hop on those griffs, and fly. And you'll be in Waterdeep in a matter of moments.
Well, then let us not dilly-dally and head on out.
Where's Waterdeep? There it is.
Yes, thank you for allowing us to investigate this further.
Yeah, I'm very curious as to what this entails.
Yes, and I assure you, we won't bring any, anything bad to the name of the keep.
Yeah, I'm sure you won't. Yes, and make sure you don't go breaking any laws, and if you need to, try and do it in a way that won't get you caught, and ideally bring back that supposed book.
We will do our best.
Very good. All right.
Very well. We shall take our leave to go prepare.
Very good. I wish you all the best of luck, and yeah, I'm sure everything will be fine. Very good. Okay.
Kinor will kind of give his bow and then take his leave.
King would just tip his hat.
Yeah, Genasi will give you a nod to each of you, as you kind of turn and head on out back into the keep. Okay, so yeah, you head back out into the keep with your permission to investigate this further. And yeah, you probably have a little bit of time to prepare any last minute things. Any ideas?
Nope.
Everybody has what they need, right? No further shopping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's fine.
Yeah, if you've got nothing else to prepare, you can, say, maybe Kane says his goodbyes to Miss Nis, and Chadwick goes off to prepare some things, and then you all convene at a meeting place. You head to the gatehouse, mention who you are, and after half an hour or so, and they hand you a package that has the copy of the book inside it, and then you head to the stables, and there's a set of hippogriffs waiting for you, and you set off to Waterdeep.
How far is it to Waterdeep?
So according to this, it's according to this Forgotten Realms map thingy-majobber, it's around 992 kilometers, which should be 9 days by Griffin.
Okay.
So quite a while. So yeah,
that's farther than I thought it was.
Yeah, I use this thing to kind of calculate any distance. If you're familiar, so it has like a distance calculator in it. Not sure if it's true, but that's what I go off of. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, you take a griffin. There's like supplies in the griffin saddles, so yeah, everything's fine on the way. You're a party of adventurers with a griffin each, so each time you camp, yeah, nothing's probably gonna mess with you. So yeah, you head to Waterdeep and have little to no problems, unless you go looking for trouble.
Probably, yeah, right. Keenan's bones probably are super sore.
Yeah, maybe.
We have taken a cart.
Yeah, maybe you could look into some ointments to ease those bones and joints.
We brought you a hammock that you can sling up in between the two hippogriffs, and you can just sleep on that.
Yeah, that could work.
So you don't have to sleep on the ground.
Yeah.
Just riding the hippogriffs for what, 8 hours a day? Probably not
Yeah.
good for old bones.
That would be super rough. Okay, so yeah, after the 9 days or so traveling, you arrive at Waterdeep. So let's go over to the map of Waterdeep I have. So there might be a bit of lag again as we transition, but I've preloaded so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, right, yeah, there we go. Are we all in?
I'm in.
Yep.
Okay, let me configure, make sure everyone can see.
This map is massive.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Map.
Yeah, Waterdeep is big.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put some tokens down for everyone. So, any of the characters familiar with Waterdeep at all?
Yeah, I've traveled up and down the Sword Coast.
Very good. So yeah, I'm
Gorm
sure.
is not familiar with it at all.
Okay.
Keen would probably be pretty familiar because I think Waterdeep's a big trade city, isn't it?
Yeah, it has a massive trade ward and it's got a very busy port, so yeah, there would definitely be a lot of trade going on there. And it's home to all sorts of types, lots of temples, lots of trade, lots of clans. Let me double check the timeline again. So this is taking place after Waterdeep Dragon Heist and Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So that was the same year actually. So maybe you've heard recent kind of goings on about a massive kind of infight that went between the main groups of the main groups within Waterdeep. And you heard something about a big load of money that was found that had been embezzled. So yeah, that you've probably heard about Waterdeep quite recently.
Fuck, nothing more disgusting than embezzlers.
So any particular area where you would want to kind of land and make your base of operations? I hear there's a pretty good inn on Trollskull Alley. Or that you could go to the Yawning Portal, that's probably quite well known as well.
I wanted to go to the House of the Moon.
Yeah, so that's a temple. There's probably places to stay for the monks, priests, and scribes and scholars that work there. But it's not, as far as I'm aware, it's not like an inn kind of place. But as a follower of Saloon, I'm sure you'd be able to get lodgings there for yourself. Not so sure about the rest of the party, though.
I'm gonna guess that we're looking for lodgings that will house hippogriffs. The castle that has the famous hippogriff knights probably will make do.
What's that? What's the name of that?
They can go free range at Mount Waterdeep.
They could. Let's say, like before, you had like the kind of Griffin rider, wrangler, trainer person with you, so they will kind of take care of the hippogriffs for you. They'll probably go to that place you mentioned, so you can stay there, or you can find a place elsewhere. Salam, you could go to the House of the Moon, find a place, and maybe the others can get somewhere nearby. So yeah, it's kind of free reign as to what you would like to do.
So, being a guild artisan, part of my guild membership is fellow guild members will provide lodging and food.
Which guild?
It's some artisan guild. I think he was the last one he was part of was like a weavers guild.
Okay, there'll probably be something like that in the trade ward. So yeah, you know the trade ward to be down here, down the south. So let's kind of stick you down there. Salam, you know the. I'm not sure if you will have been to the House of the Moon, but I'm sure you'll be aware of it. You know it's somewhere in the Sea Ward, so if you head there and then ask around, you quickly find it over here. So that's where that is, the House of the Moon here. And yeah, so yeah, you find a guild, your guild's place within the trade ward somewhere, and so yeah, you could get free lodging there through your connections. So yeah, you could extend an invitation to the rest of your group through that, and you would have free room and lodging. It wouldn't be the best, most comfortable accommodations, but it would still be perfectly adequate. Salam, if you didn't want to join them, you could probably approach the House of the Moon to find lodgings there, but you would be quite away from the rest of the group. But yeah. So yeah, depending on how you did this, let's say you land somewhere, you part with the hippogriffs and the keeper. Salam, maybe you say you want to quickly find where the House of the Moon is and kind of separate from the group. This is just an option. You don't have to be doing this, but it's kind of just something that could be happening. Then Keenerin says, oh, I have connections to a weaver's guild, so we should be able to get some free lodging in the trade ward. You would know the street. Let's pick a street. Any favorites in here? Beacon Street.
Yeah, let's do Beacon.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that's there. So you quickly find that, and yeah, you kind of talk to the guy there, and they're like, "Yo, I remember you from back then. Yeah, we can set you up with a room and board, simple stuff. Yeah. So yeah, you guys can stay there if you wish. Salam, what are you gonna do?
I think Salam would probably want to stay at the House of the Moon, but just for ease, I'll stay with the party.
Okay.
It'll be crazy otherwise.
Yeah, fair enough. So, but you kind of separate from the group for an hour or so, and then you kind of go around, you locate the House of the Moon, and you kind of commit to memory where it is, and yeah, you make a note to go back there later and maybe formally introduce yourself.
Can you start asking around to try to find where the other guild's at without making it seem like he really wants to know where the Jewelers Guild is at?
Okay. I'm sure there's loads of guilds in there, but yeah, you start, I mean, who'd you approach?
Oh, I'll approach someone inside the Weaver's Guild. They have to know, right? They have to know competition.
Weaver's Guild. So there's not so much as competition as each guild has their own role, and they don't really cross paths in any way. So, and
They don't cross streams.
Yeah, they never cross the streams. And anyone who comes into Waterdeep, if they want to start their business, I mean, it's not the law, but if you don't join the guild, you're gonna have a bad time. So yeah, there's not really any animosity between the guilds, except maybe the criminal guilds that have their rivalries.
So can we ask for like 4 random guilds, but the 5th one be the Jewelers Guild, and that's the only one he really cares about to remember.
Okay. So yeah, you ask around and you get the indications of the guilds, and I might be wrong, but hey, it will be in the trade ward, but it will be on the border of the dock ward, which I believe is quite an affluent ward, but I might be wrong. It's been a while since I read up on Waterdeep. So it will be kind of this area where a lot of the jewelers guilds will be. So you can go start looking there and trying to track down Glitter. He did leave before you, so yeah, he might have already arrived. Yeah, so let's say it's on I don't know. Pearl Alley, that's kind of a jewel. Let's go with Pearl Alley down here. So they're centered near there. So Pearl Alley, more into the dock ward than the trade wards, but yeah. Say the line. I don't fucking know. Very good. So yeah, you find out a number of the guilds Yeah, you probably hear about the Blackstaff and Blackstaff Tower. They're a very big guild and group here. But yeah, the Jewelers Guild is over here.
And how long did Glitter say he was with the hags?
Oof. Quite a while. Yeah,
Yep.
he's been gone a while, enough that he was worried about his inventory. But he had a standing in the guild that it would probably be quite easy to just get back into things. And I just realized he's still got his he'll have the wrong picture. But it's fine.
But the probability of him knowing this house and the family we're looking for is high because that happened,
Maybe.
what, 5 years ago? So the chances.
I mean, he's been in the guild for a bit. He might have heard rumors. But yeah, this
Probably
apparently
better to ask
happened 5 years
guards.
ago.
Or people of affluence, other peers.
See, the thing about asking gods, Azza, is you have to give them plenty of coin. And then most of them don't keep their mouth shut.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust the guards here.
Plus, you make yourself known to the gods. We might as well make ourselves known when we actually do something wrong. If we do something wrong.
Yeah, it sounds like
You
you're
know-
planning to do something wrong.
Oh,
Keenar
Azza,
shoots
come
him a
on
look.
now. Oh, come on now, you two. You know I know better than that. Kink just kind of like turns around and start making believe he looks at stuff.
If you want to talk to someone about the nobility, it's better to ask another noble than a peasant. It's just the way it is. And better to ask a guard if they've been up to that area.
But isn't this Waterdeep? Isn't this city ran by guilds? So nobility could be the person with the heaviest pockets.
There's a lot of nobles.
I do believe they have a nobility.
Listen,
I'm not too concerned. Honestly, a good deed is a good deed, but we're not getting paid for this job, y'all understand. It's a ghost of a servant girl.
I mean, you have your normal pay, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's like we could get that by doing no work at all.
Yeah.
We could get it taken away by doing actual work.
Apparently. That's right.
Would have been better off doing fucking nothing.
Except we were quarantined.
You were.
God damn.
Yeah, that was a few chapters ago. But yeah.
Shine a stupid ass rhyme.
So how about some of you, Chadwick probably did. He kind of leafed through the diary on the way here. So let's see, maybe he managed to glean a few more tidbits of information. So you probably found out in the diary that the family that Sarah served, that we had Lord Vialis and Lady Maria. They had 2 sons, Malik and Janus, and 1 daughter, Tiana. I'll copy that into chat for you. Okay. You know that they got the majority of their wealth through a number of tanneries and shoemaking shops in Waterdeep, but also a lot of the wealth there was also inherited from Maria's side of the family. So there was the businesses, but also a lot of money through the lady's side. Yes. And there was there was a number of chapters that Sarah wrote about someone she was crushing on, and then developed a romantic relationship, a young squire named Veken, who lived quite closer to the manor. And she mentions about visiting him a number of times. He lived close to where the manor that she stayed at. The knights lived on Imar Street. But there's just the name of that street, no actual location. So So you can kind of get those little bits of information as you kind of read through the diary on the way here.
There's a lot of streets. It'd be hard to find MR on their own, but supposedly anyone who worked these streets could probably help us, given enough time and enough questions.
Mm.
I mean, we could probably hire a guide. People do that, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we just pay one of these beggars?
Find yourself a street urchin.
They'll be more than happy to show us around, and they'll probably have more information than some tour guide. They'll know the true heart and hustle and bustle of the city.
I'm fine with that.
If you would trust a vagrant over an honest working commoner, whatever. I'm not that invested in all this. If we get into a fight because of a bad decision, we'll get into a fight.
Exactly.
Sounds a little invested.
Sorry, just it'll do my heart good to do a good deed, but that's about it.
Well, helping someone who is down on their luck is a good deed, is it not?
Very true.
Yeah, I say
And
we
if we-
find an urchin.
I agree. Plus, if we get into a fight, you get to exercise your sword arm.
One, the urchin.
Whatever trap they let us
Yeah,
into.
if he steps out of line, we got Azza there to keep him on the straight and narrow.
The prophet of Set has returned.
Yeah, maybe
Know ye,
there's
know ye, and beware.
the sword kind of
Suppose.
calls out to you and says, I'm looking for battle. It has been boring these past days. The idea of fighting an urchin does not really interest me unless this urchin is somehow bestowed with great power.
Yes, I understand.
I'm getting bored, Azza. Find something.
Fights.
for
An
me to
army
fight.
must move. An army must travel. You can't expect every fight to come to you.
I suppose.
Listen, I understand that the freedoms of the keep are rather limited, and that this job has allowed us to go spread our wings a little bit. But I ask that you all rein it in a little bit and watch yourselves. I'm rather lenient on what I put, but there are some things I cannot omit from my reports.
Like what?
If you get into trouble,
Killing urchins.
it's something that obviously can't be hid. Killing urchins, yes.
I don't think anybody was suggesting we kill an urchin.
Keynorin. How could you think so little of us?
I am not saying I'm thinking little of you. I'm saying enjoy yourselves, but please go with a bit of caution.
Do you see that woman over there just fanning herself?
Oh lord, it's hot. I'm getting the vapors.
Oof. Take a shower.
Yeah, maybe.
Menopause is rough.
Alright, so what's your plan? Yeah, you have the location of the Jewelers Guild, where Glitter will likely be, or be at some point. You know where the House of the Moon is. You have a lead to a romantic partner of Sarah on Imar Street, which is supposedly close to where the manor she worked at is. And there's also...
First?
Yeah? And
I'll be seeing Glitter. He made his oath with me. So with me he will keep it.
Ooh.
Hey, perhaps Glitter knows where Emar Street is.
Perhaps.
He made a deal with me too.
Well, I guess we'll both go.
He made a deal with I as well.
Is his actual name Glitter? Did we ever find that, or
Yes.
was that a name he adopted?
Yeah, let's say it is.
He was a tiefling. I believe they do.
He
take
was, yes.
interesting names like that.
Where
That's
is
right.
it?
Yep.
Tracer.
Okay.
beauty.
Well, if that's how it is, then I will elaborate that he made the deal with me first. And I stand
Okay.
up.
So where are we? Glitter. Here we go. Yeah,
Golf
tiefling.
clap.
It doesn't mention another name, so I believe Glitter is his actual name. I haven't. I forgot to give him a different token picture, so when you find him, he will still look like the thingy. Kobold, yeah, the little dragon thing. Kobold, that's the one. But yeah, he will be a tiefling. Okay. Alright. So yeah, you head on over to where the Jewelers Guild is after maybe settling in to where you will have your room and board, and then yeah, you take a moment and then you head on over to Pearl Alley over here, and you find a very grandiose looking building. All the kind of metalwork of the windows, the gates are either plated or solid gold. But there's you probably see frequent guard patrols in the area, and there seems to be guards posted out front. So if anyone got the idea of winkling off a little bit of gold from those fittings, they would have a bad time.
If they were great or invisible, they wouldn't.
I guess.
If they could stop Oz of Gwyneth, they could try.
Yeah, start a fight with the guards and I'll just put together an army from Waterdeep suddenly. Just swamp you with 500 guards.
Then goes invisible and does that Homer Simpson meme where he's just like in the bush.
Well, I'll just trust Keener in to keep you guys in line and not create extra work for me. So yeah, you arrive at the Jewelers Guild. There's two guards up front and they kind of see you making a beeline for them and they kind of start eyeing you. But they don't, they're just staying at their post, just watching you approach.
Keter might like flash his like guild seal. Business.
Business with the weavers. What's the weavers going in the jewelers? What's your business? Other than guild business?
So yeah, I've made some contacts within this guild here, and I was just checking up on them. An old friend.
An old friend. Friends are good. I have friends. Yeah. Yeah.
We're here to see Glimmer. Let us through.
Glimmer. Do we know a Glimmer? I'll go. What? Glitter? Glitter or Glimmer?
Glitter.
Glitter. Actually, that does ring a bell. Some little bloke, tiefling bloke, came hollering saying he had been abducted by Ags or something, and I don't know. He seems a bit mad, but in the end, it checked out. So yeah, he's around, doing a lot of paperwork, proving him is him. Yeah. But yeah, you should be inside if you want to go in there. Just sign in at the desk, get yourself a visitor's pass, and don't steal anything or do any other illegal activities, please. More than my job's worth. Yes.
Yes, we wouldn't want to make your strenuous job any more difficult. We shall do that.
Yeah, I got bills to pay, mouths to feed. Yep, you know it. In you go. Yeah, so you head on in. Very grand building, very busy. There's a nice welcoming front desk with a halfling behind it. He has a name badge saying, "Hello, my name is Barry," and he greets you warmly and asks you to sign in. And you sign in. He gives you all badges as guest pass badges, things, and
Keener, can you sign in for me?
Sure, of course.
Thank you.
Alright, you all sign in and you all get your guest passes and then are directed to Glitter. Yeah, you go past a number of offices, all of them quite busy, doing Jewelers Guild stuff, weighing diamonds, weighing gemstones, putting them in bags. You know how it goes in a Jewelers Guild. And you eventually find Glitter in an office, looking absolutely swamped by paperwork.
Knock, knock.
Eh, what? Knock! Oh! Oh, look who it is. It ain't my liberators. Come on in, come on in.
I come in.
And he kind of tries to draw himself up to full height, which isn't very tall, and he says, "Notice anything different?"
You're taller.
He kind of just looks at you, and then looks as if he's about to say something, and then he thinks better. Yeah, so yes, it is.
Who's taller, Azza or Glitter?
Azza. This guy is very short. Yeah.
Okay.
So he is a kobold here, but yeah, he is back to being a tiefling. Yeah.
Well, if your soul isn't trapped by a painting, it's by paperwork, is it not?
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, it turns out it's hard to prove who you are if you disappear for a month or so. But you know, I had my connections. I got myself in, and just need to catch up on all this paperwork.
If you're only gone a month, their memory should be long enough for that, certainly.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
you know,
an inordinate amount of time.
if word gets out that someone's disappeared, other people might come in and try and take their place.
It's true.
Water deep. I think that might be enough to be declared legally dead.
Yeah, people go disappearing here often. Some criminal guilds swallowed by, I don't know, a hole. That hole in the yawning portal is claims a few people, I heard.
Well, it's got to be easy to get lost in a city of this magnitude.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but it's where the money is. And I like me some money. Speaking of which, I'm guessing you're here for that reward I promised yous.
Among other things.
Oh, among other things. And I was thinking you came all this way to see little old me for just that.
Sorry.
I mean,
How
it's
do
a
you know
long
that
trip.
wasn't one of the other things?
I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I'm just glad to see yous and glad to be back in my normal form, although it was a bit jarring to be forcibly changed back by they just took my painting and just burned it. It was not great. Still wake up screaming, but hey, you live and you learn. Don't trust any hags.
Words
Don't trust
to live
books.
by.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Anyway,
We also have
Yeah?
a proposition that may elevate the position you're in.
yeah,
A
you wanna
trade between you specifically, representative of the Jewelers Guild, and Candlekeep as a primary supplier.
Oh, you don't want to talk business. I mean, I'm not at the top, but this might get me there. I don't really want to
Exactly,
go
us.
back to that damn keep after what they did to me, but I could do business. We just
You
need to
wouldn't
work it
necessarily
out.
have to go yourself. You could just be the one running it. You could decide who to send there.
It'd be more
That's right,
paperwork, but if it gets me money.
Exactly, and all you'll have to do is stamp a seal with some wax. That's all.
Okay. Draw me up a proposition and I'll look it over. But anyway, your reward. You wanted money, or was this something about a diamond?
Thought it was both.
I can give you one.
Well, I don't know about you all, but I could certainly use the diamonds just in case anything unfortunate happens to one of us. I'd be able to bring us back.
About resurrection?
Yes.
You can do that? That's pretty
I
good.
can.
You can charge a lot of money for that, I hear.
All things are possible through saloon.
Yeah, saloon. Great gal. Stand up. Yeah, anyway, I got you a diamond. And you'll go rummaging around in some drawers behind him. Kind of rummaging through various jewels and gems. And you say, ah, here he goes. How about this one? And he pulls out, it's roughly cut, but it's sizable and should do as a component for a resurrection spell. How about this one, eh?
Yeah, as long as it's worth 300 gold, I'm good.
Give or take. Yeah, probably 300,
No,
310,
definitely not.
320. Depends how gullible the customer is. But yeah, this will do you for your resurrection.
I don't think that spells are gullible, so I'm gonna need one that is actually worth 300.
Alright, I'll write you a receipt. You can show that to your god when you do the spell. And you'll pull out a bit of paper and he writes a receipt for 300 gold pieces. This do for you?
Can I do an insight check on them to see if they're trying to sell me a bill of goods right now?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, 22. He seems to be being truthful with the whole. It'll cost more if the customer's gullible. But yeah, looking at the diamonds as well, it's pretty big. You are knowledgeable enough about the spell by now to kind of see examples of the size and the quality of the diamond. So it does look to be 300 gold. He was just kind of going on about, hey, I could get more than 300 if the customer's gullible. So yeah, okay. He hands you the diamonds and the receipt for 300 gold pieces. And yeah, there you go. 1 diamond, 300 gold pieces. No returns. You can exchange it for store credit though if you want. But yeah, that should do you for your resurrection.
I'm sure I could sell it if I really had to.
Yeah, you could.
That would kind of defeat the purpose though.
Yeah. Maybe you could sell it, then steal it back. But that's not my business.
Right, now I have to start preparing Revivify.
Alright. Yeah, maybe this one looks like he might get blown over. And he's kind of gesturing at Chadwick here. Yeah, maybe look out for yourself, eh?
He's surprisingly resilient.
Yeah? How about that? Maybe you can teach me a thing or two about being resilient. So, what's this other business you've got in Waterdeep? Maybe I can punch you in the right direction.
Well, we're actually looking for perhaps what used to be or is a prominent family.
Yeah, quite a lot of those in here. But yeah, go on.
The Yellowcrest family?
Yellowcrest, eh? They're a prominent family. They probably bought some jewels. You know how those rich folks like their jewelry. Yeah, I don't know the name off the top of my head. What?
They probably haven't bought jewels in the last 5 years.
Why is that? Are they out of money?
Good chance they're dead.
Oh.
Well,
that's no good.
I think maybe the Lord might still be alive.
The Lord?
Maybe.
The Lord our Savior?
Lord Valius.
Oh, yeah, that kind of Lord. Okay. Let me think. What would they be known for?
Well, they are tanners and shoes, but there was a particular woman who came from money. Her name was Maria.
Maria came
she
from
was
money,
the lady of the house.
And they died, yeah? And in a particular bad way? Big news kind of thing? Did they explode?
Yeah, probably they were murdered, we think, like
murdered. Quite a lot of murder going around here if you're in the right neighborhood, but let me have a think.
Well, keep in mind, this would be a lord.
I don't know.
Lady, so think of that neighborhood.
I don't know. Maybe go up top. I mean, I could send one of the interns to go digging in the records to find some receipts of jewelry to Yellowcrest, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could look into that. I don't know anything myself off the top of my head, but I'll send someone looking. Where are you staying? And I can send you a message if I find something.
We're staying over at the Weavers Guild.
Weavers Guild, eh? Yeah. We work with them sometimes. Some rich folk have They want to they want to weave some jewels into something for some stupid reason. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Yeah. Okay. Well, huh?
Without them, we wouldn't have a guild.
Oh yeah, guilds. Oh yeah, that's true. Hey, actually, no. I think I got something around here. Yeah. Let's see. Let me just rub this bit of paper on one of yours. And he kind of just comes at you with a bit of paper. Whoever's closest, Keenerin, he just comes at you with this bit of paper and he starts like rubbing it on you. He's like, oh yeah, you seen one of these before? It kind of magic papers, flies. Yeah, it's bound with you now, so I can just jot a message on it and it'll go flapping towards you unless it gets eaten by a bird. It happens. But yeah, I can send a message either way. Good stuff. Yellowcrest, yeah?
That would be wonderful, yes.
Yeah, I'll send an intern look in and I'll get back to you within a...
Before you get to that intern,
yeah?
If you don't know about this house, do you at least know about Imar Street?
Imar Street. Oh, Imar Street. Yeah, I think that's up top somewhere. Up top, yeah. Oh, way up top.
Or all the way to the field district?
Ooh, maybe, I don't know, northward, fieldward, seaward, maybe northeast. I think I heard something. Yeah, it's near that place where that fireball went off and killed a bunch of folks.
Can you narrow it down more?
You know the fireball. Oh, you weren't here probably, unless you were. Some fireball went off near some inn near Troll Skull. Bunch of guys died.
Troll Skull.
Very sad. Yeah, that one. Maybe you've been here before. Briefly, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it might be near there, so northeast. Northward or fieldward, one of those.
Is there a place we can get, like, a map that lists all of the streets and everything?
A map? Probably. Yeah, maybe go to market. Ask for a map. Yeah, but it's probably up top. Yeah. Not too far from Troll Skull Alley. I was probably near there when the fireball went off. Could have died. How about that?
That's definitely northward, at the very least.
Yeah. So yeah, if I find anything else, I'll try and get a specific locale on that Imar Street and where these Yellowcrest folks were. God rest their souls, of course. Wherever.
Which god?
I don't know. One of them. Whichever gets me money. I'm flexible.
I think there is a god of trade.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Isn't it Joaquin?
Hey, as long as I'm walking into a profit, hey!
And out come the dad jokes.
I lean over King. I think I liked him better as a kobold.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, that was recently. I thought it was different in America.
It was on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Maybe Mother's Day is different. I don't know. Hey, I didn't forget it, so I'm good. But yeah, so he'll get in touch with you regarding Imar Street specifically, unless you find it before then, and where the Yellowcrests might be found, and any other information you could pull up on them.
Okay.
Yeah, and you get yourself a 300 gold piece diamond as well. And a potential trade partner for gems and stuff to Candlekeep.
What would my character, who's an occasional visitor of the city, know about Troll Skull Alley?
You probably know that there's a number of retailers and shops there that are kind of middle of the road kind of thing. There was an inn as well. A kind of inn that had a bit of a rough history. Came under ownership of some people that got into some shit, so it's a bit unoccupied at the moment. You might just the inn. The alley should still be very much in operation, but the people who owns the manor that was the inn have since disappeared. Rumors about running off with gold or dying somewhere in the city after being caught up in a giant kerfuffle between the nefarious groups of the city.
Well, if I know a vague area of Troll Skull Alley, probably just ask the people there for directions. It's got to be closer than where we are now.
Yeah. So yeah, you could head up there to try and find it. You could stop off at the market and see if you could buy like a map of the area as well to get a bit more idea of where places might be.
It'd be useful
Probably
to
help
have
too.
just in case.
Alright, so yeah, you bid your farewells to Glitter and head that way, stopping off at the market. You could walk, take a palanquin taxi thing.
King?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, so you stop off the market. There's general things here. You could easily find a map or someone willing to make and draw up a map for you. All sorts of other bits and bobs as well.
I'll pay a silver for a tasty pierogi.
Yeah, you can get a pretty good pierogi for a silver. Yeah.
How much for a map?
Let's have a Google. Cost
Download
of
pierogies.
maps.
I don't
5e.
fucking know.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I don't know how I posted that, but I did. Apologies.
Whoa, man,
Jesus.
that's a lot of text.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Apologies. I don't know how. I just pressed enter while on my silver, but apologies. It is definitely too long.
Okay.
Sixes.
So 2 gold pieces for cartography services, but Waterdeep is a very well-known place. So the guy looks at you. Let me get just a stat
He
sheet.
might be trying to cheat us.
Exactly. They look at you. And they, you a tourist?
No.
No. Just looking for a map.
Okay.
It is a large city after all.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, I can get you as a map. I mean, if
We
you're
need
not.
a map with more than just the tourist locations. You understand?
Okay, yeah, more of a detailed map. Yeah, go on here. Yeah, one gold. How's that sound? 1 gold.
That's fine.
Yeah, that is fine. And he hands you a map and takes your gold piece. So yeah, you can use this map. It has the street names written on it and all the wards and maybe key places. So if you don't maybe know where somewhere is, you could spend like a couple of minutes kind of poring over the map to try and find where this place is. So yeah, you get your map. Azza gets his pierogi.
Tasty.
Yeah, it is pretty tasty. You feel well fed.
Fuck, I love pierogies.
Yeah. You feel well fed and robust.
Busted.
Is
Anything else you want to pick up at the market?
there anything that looks magical?
Yeah, we'll pick up a blacksmith for our keep.
Just, I mean, maybe not something crazy magical, but there might be like some scrolls, potions, or whatever.
And we'll pick up some
is
simple
kinda like-
jewelry for Miss Nis.
Okay, yeah, this is kind of like an open market, kind of like, you know, farmer's market kind of vibe. You'd be able to find like somewhere that would have maybe magical items, but that would take time.
Gotcha.
You would need to go to the
Yeah.
to the DM's guide to spend the time, the gold to make connections, to find those connections and whatnot. But yeah, you could spend some time doing that if you wanted.
No,
But yeah.
that's cool.
But yeah, you could easily find scrolls, potions within the market here. And yeah,
How much would a scroll of Revivify be?
let's have a look. Probably expensive. Kane, you can pick up some jewelry easily.
At least 300 for the cost. Who knows what the material? Who knows what the third level spell is worth? I don't.
What do you mean 300 for the cost?
The diamond. I do believe you have to.
You don't
have
have
them.
to. No,
So
you use the diamond when you cast the scroll.
this Vivarize scroll, according to this quick Google, would be 750 gold pieces. So wait, no.
Jesus
So a
Christ,
third
for a
level
third level
scroll
spell?
would be 450 gold pieces. Oh, so that's for the scroll and then 300 more for the diamonds. But if you have the diamonds, you could just get the scroll for 450.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's a lot. That's more than I expected.
Yeah, so Kane, what kind of jewelry are you looking for here?
Well, he got her a necklace back at the Ripley place.
Yeah.
So maybe some kind of like bracelet or anklet.
Okay. Are you looking for like a chain bracelet or like a band or a nipple ring?
So one of those like dominatrix outfits with the mask and the ball in the mouth.
What, that connects to a bracelet? Yeah.
No, like a band, like a
Yeah.
band that'll go around the her wrist.
Yeah, you can quickly find like a kind of like a jewelry kind of stall selling like various kinds of bands. There's cheap ones like a leather one, or you could like go up to silver, gold, and platinum. So it depends how much you want to spend.
Oh, probably up to like 5 gold.
Yeah, so you could throw over 5 gold and you get like a decent you get a bracelet made of gold. Not a large amount of gold, but you know, it's still gold. So you get yourself a nice gold band that you can give to Miss Nis. Yeah, they say
Like one
for
of those like I love Waterdeep ones. You know?
so it's blank, but for an extra 5 silver pieces, they will engrave it for you.
Alright, he'll do that.
Yeah, what are you going to engrave it with?
I don't know. Wonders from all around the world.
Alright, yeah, so he kind of looks at you and says, "Hey, sure, I can do that." So he spends like a couple minutes kind of chiseling that in and then hands it over to you, and then everyone reconvenes, and yeah. That's that. What's next?
Oh, I've been meaning to ask. Does anybody want the? I have a potion of climbing. It doesn't do me any good because I can already climb. Does anybody want it?
Hey, you're kind of scrawny.
Yeah, I was gonna, suggest that perhaps I should take it without the insult.
Alright, yeah, you hand that
I
over.
couldn't help myself.
But I can also
kinder.
fly, so I was
Wow.
wondering perhaps it might be best for Kinoran.
So 2 of you can fly now? Wow.
I believe Kinoran can take a form of climbing creature. Unless I'm mistaken about the druidic arts.
Yeah, maybe at level
You've
7.
turned into a cat. You turned into a cat. They climb pretty well.
Oh, yes, I can take the form of spiders and apes and the like. Yes, I can climb.
Nice.
So wants it?
I suppose it's wasted on me, but I do climb with a ladder, with a rope. So.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
if we're in a pinch, this would
If
be a
we're in a
lot
pinch.
quicker than a rope.
Chadwick says, I can't really fly or climb. I mean, I can levitate, but... Hey.
Not too far off from being able to assume the form of winged creatures.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, I believe you should take it as a just in case for the more extreme conditions.
I think you'll send my inventory a long time, but I can hardly argue with that argument. Thanks. I'll take it with gratitude.
Alright. Yeah, so as it takes that, so make sure you put that in your equipment.
Working on it now.
Very good. So yeah, if you're concluded in the market, you could kind of head towards the northeast of Waterdeep looking for this Imar Street. Yeah, while walking, Salam, you could take a look over the scroll. You know that it's near Troll Skull Alley, so you kind of start looking in that area, and it probably takes you a couple of minutes. Yeah, and you kind of see that Imar Street is over here. So if you've got no more stops, you can head to Imar Street. Yeah, it's right here.
Hey, look, I found Kane Street.
Main Street.
Got him.
Also, no one looked by Kane. Spoiler alert.
This is my kind of area. Be right back. I'm gonna take a stroll down Stallion Alley.
Oh, look, there he is too.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Oof. Okay, let's see now.
Well,
Okay, so you find yourselves on Imar Street, a number of places there, but you're specifically looking for someone called Veckan. In the past, when Sarah knew them, they were a squire. But 5 years have passed since then. They could be dead, they could be demoted, promoted, they could be something completely different now, but you know the name Veckan.
And he was a minstrel, right?
Veckan? No, he was a squire.
Oh, a squire. Okay.
Yeah, the Griffins had some rations, so yeah, you guys are fine. And the good
Well,
here I
berries.
was hoping I'd roll my first starvation check.
I mean, I could have always done create food and water too.
Yeah, I think at
During
level
the
7 you
90s,
guys are
so.
fine, unless we're going really hard on survival, which I've never really done.
Feed me. Feed me more.
Yeah. Azure only takes the finest of pierogies for his food and sustenance.
What can I say? I can pipe and hot.
Alright, so you find yourselves on Imar Street, in the right place, but you're not sure on the specific house. With just a name in your minds, what do you do?
Is there... Hell, is there magic that can help us with this, or do we just go door to door looking for... Hell, it was a squire in the book, but at this point they could be a knight.
I technically do have locate creature, but I don't really want to use my only 4th level spell like right away.
Well, when in doubt, let's stick with Old Faithful. And Kane will start pointing fingers to houses and start saying the gentleman's name.
Or just message.
With message.
Pretty sure there should be a law against just fucking spamming message at everyone. You just get constant, like, spam advertisements. It'd be the worst thing ever.
Not,
Like a
everyone,
telemarketer.
not everyone's like, bro,
Telemarketer's
can't
calling
stand
again.
it.
Let me talk about your extended car warranty.
Wagon wheel warranty.
Alright.
Fuck out of my head.
So I guess you just point in a direction and you just find someone's mind. What do you say?
Veckan, are you there? You may reply to this message, darling.
You're like, what the fuck? Who is this? Who is this? What you talking about Veckan for?
Do you know Veckin?
Get out
You
my
can
head.
reply for this message.
Who is this? I will report you to the authorities.
I am your conscience that you could reply to.
Deception? Roll deception, I guess.
Is there anything
You know
in the
what?
diary?
There's just mention of Veckan and conjugal visits to Imar Street. Okay, so they got an 18, but you got a 23. They're like, oh, my conscience. How have I been doing? I'm trying so hard.
And you have been doing wonderfully. Keep it up and make
Really?
sure you don't go astray. And if you see Veckin,
It's my third relationship. I'm trying to be honest. It's so hard.
you know what they say. If you don't use it, you lose it. Just keep that in mind, darling.
What? Okay, I use it.
The feed. He's not in that house, fellas.
Okay.
This
What
is
are you-
probably a bad idea.
What are you doing?
I'm searching.
Oh, okay.
It's like multiple choice. You know, you can only get so many wrong answers before you get the right one.
Yeah, what's the population of Waterdeep? It's probably a lot.
Hey, what's the population of this street? Alright.
I mean, there's probably quite a few houses.
Yes, but we don't need to look at all Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could do the message thing, or you could just start asking people on the street, find a local tavern.
Yeah. That would be my preference.
Okay. So you
Go
find
Black
a
Dog Alley,
tavern,
I like that place.
or maybe you just find someone or you just ask them. Maybe you find
Well,
that urchin.
it says that the manor was close to where they lived on Imar Street. So can we find the manor and then work our way down from that?
So, Vicken was it? Veckan, sorry, lived on Imar Street, and the manor that Sarah worked at is somewhere close to here, but you don't know
Gotcha.
where.
Okay.
So,
I thought it was saying they're both on Imar Street.
not quite.
The way it was worded.
Yeah, my bad. So Veckan is on Imar Street, and the manor is somewhere else close. It could be a few streets away, it could be a few blocks. Who knows? So yeah, he was a squire. You could find people that fit that kind of profile. You could find a local, maybe armorer, or you could find a tavern where adventurers would hang out and kind of just look into that.
I'm just gonna ask the first person who's literally walking down MR Street.
Yeah, so you see this
Sir,
rotund
old man.
gentleman waddling down the street, mumbling something about chocolate eclairs, and you stop him, and he's like, "Oh, what? Well, hello."
I give a shallow bow and say,
Roar.
"Excuse me, 1,000 pardons for the interruption,
Roar,
but
roar.
we're looking for a man. I'm sorry, can I get the name one more time?
Who? What? Whose name? Whose
Veckan.
name?
Veckan.
Oh, Veckan.
Right.
Oh, Veckan.
Yeah.
He's so cool. He's so brave.
He was a squire at least 5 years ago, I believe. Has he become a knight yet?
Oh, has he ever? Oh, he's so strong. He's so brave. Yeah.
What are you in
You
love
know
with
what?
him?
Oh no, he's pretty famous around here. Made a name
Don't
for
insult
himself,
the
you
man.
know. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, he was part of this shorty, a little fight. There's some bandit lord. Yeah,
Did he
bandit
live?
lord. Yeah, he's alive. I wonder if
Good.
he wants to get on the cloud with me. Anyway, he has he goes by the name Sir Veckan of the Broken Horn. How about that? Isn't that great?
Be a knight then.
Oh god, yeah, he's a knight. He got the ceremony. He got the sword. He got
For
the.
him.
Yeah. He's a
He still
hero.
lives-
He's a hero around here.
He's-
You look at
Good.
why'd you want to know him? Are you after my boy?
No, of course
You know?
not.
All right, that's all right.
We
Then.
we would like to meet him, of course, as well. He is a hero after all.
Yeah.
We'd heard about his career even when he was just a squire.
Ah.
And
Oh, you
the
know
way
about
he-
the bandit lord and the story with the horn and the helmet.
not well, but
Oh,
I'll
I
ask it from
can.
him personally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he can tell it better than me.
Yeah, so he still lives around here, or did
Yeah,
he
yeah,
move
yeah.
up
He's
in
down the road there. That house there, the big one with the purple paint. So
Bless you
he
for your
points to.
time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bless you. I mean, oh, I should have asked for money first. Oh, it's okay.
I suppose you should have. Can I
I
give you I give you a couple silvers at least for your time?
Hey, I could get some eclairs with this. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I give him a couple too.
All
You
right.
know,
He
to
gladly
feed his
takes the
appetite.
silvers and then he goes waddling off to a local patisserie.
I definitely wasn't going to give him a gold piece.
25
poor.
different houses. That would have been horrible. Alright, so yeah, he waddles off over to a local patisserie and he pointed at a house that sticks out, and you have a house now.
Well, you don't have to ask him. Just watch where he waddles.
Yeah, patisserie.
I don't recall the people of Waterdeep being so eccentric. Some
Certain
colorful
parts.
characters we've met today.
Certain parts, yeah.
Do you get to the Cloud District often? Oh, of course.
Yeah.
This
Maybe
is
everyone's
Waterdeep in Washington State.
maybe everyone's got like a recent like stipend or whatever from the embezzled money that was reclaimed, so everyone got a little bit of a kickback.
Let's
Yeah, I don't know.
when we meet with Sir Vekken of Brokenhorn, let's be sure to be polite. We'll probably bring up a lost love. He may be sensitive to the topic.
Hey, Kinoran, what's an eclair?
Oh, perhaps I'll make one for you sometime. It's a either breakfast or dessert item. It's like a pastry filled with like a sweet cream. It's rather nice.
It is.
Sounds good.
It must be. Look at the man.
He is very rotund.
Yes, just don't eat too many of them, or else you take on that shape.
Have to pay double for armor.
Yeah, get yourself the breastplate stretcher. Alright, so you have a house now and a name.
Let's go to the house.
Let's go to the house. Just down the street.
Okay, so you approach the house. It looks comfortable, but nothing over the top. Looks nice. Purple paint, as I said.
A regal color.
A regal color indeed.
Is there any sort of like a coat of arms or anything like that anywhere on the house? You know, like knights have like sigils and stuff like that.
There's a coat of arms that depicts a helmet that has a horn, and it looks like it's been broken in half.
Cool.
Okay. Do you knock on the door or just shoot a message in there?
I think it would be more polite if we knock.
Alright. Alright, so who's a knocking?
Guess I'll knock.
Alright, so yeah, Salam, you approach the door and give it a healthy knock. And there's a moment, and then you hear heavy footsteps approaching the door. The door is opened by a human man, a burly figure, and looks heavily scarred and menacing and intimidating. He looks up at you, he scowls, but then breaks into a pleasant smile. Ah, visitors? The adventuring folk, if I were to warrant a guess. Have we adventured before? Or do you wish to know of my tale? I do not know. I have adventured with many. What say you?
Both.
We
We
do
are
wish to know yours.
adventurers, and we would love to know your tale.
Yeah, guests, then, to hear a story. Do come in. And he gestures for you to come in.
Everyone's very friendly around here.
Yeah, I am accommodating to adventurers, but do know that I am established enough here that if trouble were to happen, I could defend myself and the law would be on my side. But I'm
You don't
sure
have to
that
worry
won't be
about that with us.
exactly. Very good. Now do come in and I'll have some drinks and refreshments on the way. So he leads you into a modest but comfortable sitting room. He asks a staff, kind of somewhat a helper, to bring some refreshments and drinks for everyone, and he says, "Now, I'm sure you know who I am, Veckan, yes? Sir Veckan, I suppose?"
Of the Broken Horn.
"That's the one. You've heard the story, or at least my name."
I've heard less of the story than I would have liked.
Ah.
It sounded like a good tale.
Yes, not to go into too much, but yes, there was a bandit lord south of Neverwinter. I was commissioned to lead a sortie to vanquish this vagrant from this realm, and it was a hard fight. I almost perished myself as my helmet was almost cleft in twain during the fight, but I persevered. I flanked right, I parried, I brought my sword down, and defeated the vagrant, and returned victorious.
You
And
said this was all the way by Neverwinter? That's a long way.
yes, a man has legs, so he can travel.
Was this before you were christened a knight, when you were still a squire?
I was up there, but this success is what made me the knight I am today.
And Kane insight check him.
Go for it.
I feel like this story is like too dramatized.
Okay.
Well, let the man embellish. If he didn't, it'd be boring as hell.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. Maybe he is embellishing a little bit. Maybe he was part of a group, so he's maybe making it out as if he was the sole kind of winner of this fight, but a sortie involves more than one person.
Yeah, it's always a team effort.
And we'll sit there and just listen to him then.
But anyway, how about yourselves? What are your names? What are your accomplishments? And what's anything else?
I am Salam, and we are the Keeper's Hands.
Keeper's
Sure you've heard of
Hands.
Candlekeep?
Candlekeep. It rings a bell. Down south?
Center of wisdom.
Wisdom. Not my cup of tea, but it has its uses.
Yeah. Well, I'm Azza. I hail of Gwyneth, far to the west.
Gwyneth. Yes, maybe it rings a bell. Many a capable fighter from there, I believe.
It's a hard place to live. You have to learn to fight.
A hard place creates hard men.
I just accept the compliment with a nod.
Yeah?
What? What's so funny?
And the rest of you?
Well, I'm Kane. Kane Durrell. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes. And where do you hail from, friend?
Me, well, I'm just from a small town. It's Ithriel.
I'm not familiar, I am afraid, but I'm sure it is quaint and lovely.
Oh, that it is. But did most of my work in Candlekeep, toppling down ghosts and ghouls and
Oh.
covenants of hags and
Oh.
destroying cannibalistic cults.
Oh my.
Just small things.
A seasoned adventurer indeed, despite your small frame.
Well, if
Don't
you
forget
don't
the
stop.
mummy.
A mummy! Oh. Yes, I have not
Oh,
fought
that's
one
right.
myself, but I hear they are tricksy.
You know, sometimes killing all these things, my brain just gets a little slipped up there, and it's hard to remember which things which. Destroying groups of Yantis or
Oh.
destroying trolls, you know, little
I
things.
understand, and I got the same way, which is why I'm retired now.
Well deserved, might I say.
Yes, that is. I have received my kisses of damage, the scarring you see. Yes. And the rest of you, yourselves, introductions are not complete.
I'm Kinoran. I don't hail from anywhere in particular. I consider myself a bit of a rolling rock.
Yeah.
Spent most of my life as an artisan, but got the itch to do some adventuring before my time.
Very good. Go out with a bang, that's what I say. Very good. And yourself? He gestures at Chadwick. I'm Chadwick Page Turner. Scholar turned go-do boy, adventurer, I don't know. Very good.
Darkness.
Emo, yes. Yes, it looks like you've been through the mill, my friend. Maybe ease off a little, but the life of adventuring is not for the faint of heart. And perhaps your heart is faint, but that is not my place to say. Anyway, do you wish to hear more tales, or is there something specific I can do for you?
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the making of a hero? Your early life interests us.
My
We've
early
heard
life?
about the great victory, but why not tell us a little bit of your time as a squire? I think few people appreciate the origin story.
Yes, I started off just getting a place at a local fencing school, making a name for myself, beating the other blighters that were aiming for greatness, and I got scouted and picked up by a local knight to squire for him, shining his armor, polishing his sword, making sure everything is in tip-top shape, doing errands, eventually working my way up to joining in on the adventures and starting to learn a thing or two about adventuring. Eventually he retired and I got more of a position and more advanced adventures, which eventually led me to the one that pushed me over the edge into knighthood. Simple story.
Any courtly love affairs?
I've had my fair share of lovers, I will have you know. For these scars I was quite ravishing. Yes. Perhaps I have a painting somewhere that you can gaze upon. And he starts rummaging through a drawer nearby. Somewhere here. Yeah, here we go. He pulls out like a painting, and he's like a solid 6 out of 10 without the scars. Yes, back in my heyday. Huh?
It's certainly a face.
Yes.
Without scars.
Yeah, well, some say the scars add to the attraction, but yeah. There's types for everything. Yeah, anyway, yeah, there's humble beginnings, great ends. That is my story. I'm comfortable, I'm alive, I'm retired, enjoying my life. Although things do get boring at times, but hey, some of us go out with a bang in the heat of battle, the others get to ride out the end comfortably.
Any of those affairs end in tragedy? Any lost loves?
Yes. Perhaps my last one ended badly, but let's not talk about that. Dragging up bad memories tends to sour my mood. He kind of fixes you with a glare.
I look at him, but then I look to Kane. Like, tag, you're it.
Hot potato.
Let me
Well-
take this bowl and then throw you into it. Here you go.
Hey, I warmed them up for you. I got it on topic.
Yep.
Sorry, you must excuse my friend. In Gwyneth, they train them to be tough and mighty strong, but sometimes they lack the finesse of subtlety.
Oh, come on.
I know the type.
That's about as subtle as it gets.
We've heard through many things and interesting tales about yourselves. What would you say would be the greatest victory that
It would be
you were not
vanquishing
able to
that vagrant
achieve?
and becoming a knight.
Well, hold on now. I said
I'm
one that
holding.
you weren't able to achieve. One that's still out there. Maybe perhaps a mystery that went unsolved or some loose ends that you can never fully tie up, but you always questioned.
He kind of stares off for a moment. My father, yes, he's frail now and will perish soon. Starts rambling on about maintaining the line, but yes, the one that I thought I would love, I had loved, that is no longer an option. So I thought I came close to true love, but it was yoinked out of my midst, unfortunately. And I haven't. I tried, but I didn't really try to find it again. That feeling. It seems I will live out the rest of my days alone. But there's nothing wrong with that. I have my hobbies. Are you any of you into growing plants and flower arranging?
I am actually.
Yeah. Perhaps you can give me some pointers on how to get the best aesthetic of a set of flowers in a nice ornate vase.
Sure.
Very good. I have a particularly nice set of lilies and tulips that I am having particular trouble with.
Well, I'm sure between me and Kinoran, we can have you fixed right up.
Very good.
Well, the reason why I ask Honorable Sir Vekin is that we, representatives of Candlekeeps, are always delving within mysteries.
Mysterious.
We always come into... We obtain wonderful things of all sorts. And this is what led us to you. We happened to find a particular book with your name mentioned in it.
Oh,
And
are you
Ken's
after an
gonna hold his hand
autograph, perhaps?
Well, now this book may bring joy and some pain to you, but I think it will bring you a bit of closure. And Kane will kind of hold his hand out for the book.
This is going to a place I do not like. I have an idea.
Well, you wait now. And then once he's able to get the diary, he's gonna flip it into the part where Sarah, right? That was her name, Sarah?
Sarah, yeah.
Sarah writes about the love between Tiana and Vekin.
Okay, so you flip it open and you pass it to him. I recognize this handwriting. Oh. I had an idea that you were asking about her. What's this writings? Ah.
Yes, we would
me.
like to know what came of this family. We understand that there was some tragedy, but
he kind of wanders off,
reason.
not listening, just reading the book. I never knew she felt this way. And he kind of just stops reading and starts gazing out the window.
Now, with your help, we would like to look into this further. Any details you could tell us about the past and what came from the last entry of this book until present?
The last entry. He'll flick forwards in the pages and... Oh dear. Yes, 5 years ago, that's about right. Her death. He's talking relatively the same, a bit more quiet and sad, but there's kind of just silent tears just pouring down his face, and he's just kind of continuing as if it's not happening. Yes.
It made him cry.
The murders. It took a while, but yes, we found the remains eventually, butchered. We've placed them in the public cemetery in the City of Dead. I'm sure you know where that is. If not, down south to the east. But the remains of the Lady Maria and her children, they were not found. No idea where they are. We spent our time finding. I volunteered my time, as yes, I did have a relationship with her, but I did not understand she meant this much. That I meant that much to her. But yes, it warms my heart slightly, but also brings great sadness. But yes, Sarah, the 3 servants that were working there, their remains were found and placed in the cemetery. The lady herself and her children, they are still missing to this very day. And the Lord as well. I do not know where he is, or his remains.
Is the current residence occupied?
Yes, I believe it's been taken over by another family now. What were they called? Yes, the Falgast family. Falgast.
How soon did the Falgasts move in?
Oh.
After the tragedy.
There was a little bit of property tends to move quickly here, but a bit of death tends to slow things down. But I believe they moved in maybe 2 years ago. I'm not too sure myself. I tended to avoid the area after the incident.
Certainly don't blame you there.
Yes. I don't know where the remains of the family are, because I believe they wanted to be interred near their home.
Well, perhaps we can find them and finally put them to rest where they want to be.
Yes. I believe maybe going to the... But I don't know. They were a good family. Quite religious. So I seem to recognize your markings. Salam, was it?
Yes.
Yes, they followed the same god as yourself, Saloon.
Oh.
They did make generous donations, I believe. Quite an affluent family that were religious towards your goddess. Not my cup of tea, but I don't mind. But yes, they were very religious, but things started to go a bit weird. Maybe they found a new god, I don't know, but I heard they stopped going to the temple, and then there was the incident of their deaths.
Well, it sounds like things got bad for them when they stopped going to the temple. Maybe that should be a lesson for everyone.
Yeah, that's rather heavy, but
yes, perhaps if you never start, nothing would never bad happen.
I don't see why the wrath of Saloon would be brought down upon my dear Sarah for the changing of faith for the family she served. That seems rather cruel.
She could have simply been caught up by the wicked things. Who knows what happened?
Well, who knows indeed. But it seems to be a mystery. And although I appreciate the knowledge that she felt these feelings for me that I read in this diary you presented to me, but this memory is rather tough. But all the same, I'm happy to hear that she at least felt the same affections as I did, not just some simple paramour.
Well, perhaps during our investigation, if we are to need assistance, shall we rely upon you to be called upon?
I am old and retired, but yes, I still have my sword and armor.
It's possible that we may be able to let you be in contact with Sarah one last time before she passes on as well. I can't promise anything, but it's possible.
Is this true? Yes,
Yes.
well, if that is the case, then I would be all for anything I can do. I will I will check on my equipment, make sure it is in tip-top shape, and if you wish for my assistance, I can be found here.
Oh, one last thing. What business does the Fallgast family partake in?
I've no connections with the family, so I do not know. I do recall the Yellow Crest had a number of businesses, tanneries, shoe shop down in the trade wards. I believe they are still in business actually for some reason, although the family seems to have perished, I heard, but the business seems to continue.
Hmm.
And will you point the manor on the map once more?
Ah, yes, the location of the manor. I believe it is on Delzorin Street in the North Ward.
Long street.
So
Very long street.
this street is over here. Yes, Long Street, particularly there, just round the corner of Sul Street. So over here.
So Delzorin and Sol.
So on Delzorin Street, but kind of that section where I pinged is their house. They seem like I've heard no ill of their family, so I'm sure they would accommodate you, but questions of murdered families is never really welcomed with open hands. Perhaps you can find some information at the House of the Moon, where they went to worship and donate. But
Yes, we were certainly planning on going there.
ah, yes, very good. And perhaps those businesses that are still going for some reason. Maybe you can find something else there.
I think that's another good place to check. That seems rather suspicious that the businesses would keep going if the whole family disappeared.
Yes, that is true. Why would they? Well, perhaps it was passed on to a distant relative or a friend. I did not hear of the
Maybe
will
there's
in
an
any way.
unrelated supervisor.
Maybe. I am not sure. I just am aware they are still in business and that there is a new family in the home of my past beloved. And yes, I will be more than happy to help you if you have need on me, especially if I can say a goodbye to my Sarah.
Well,
Very
let
well.
us not burden you any longer and be on our way.
Yes.
Thank you, Sir Vekin, for all your hospitality and the wonderful stories.
Yes, and
Yes, quite.
It was nice to meet you.
although the memory of Sarah hurts me, but I am pleased to hear and read of her feelings. Perhaps you wish to have this diary back. Maybe it is part of your investigation still.
Yes, please. The Candlekeep It kind of looks towards Kinor and has strict rules and regulations about the property of Candlekeep. You must take care of it with the utmost certainty.
Yes. Yes. Books. I suppose they're of value. Not as good as a good old sword swing, am I right, my adventuring friends? And he kind of gestures towards Zaza. You have yourself a very nice looking sword there.
Thank you. It talks to me, literally.
He kind of just looks at you. He's like, yeah. And he kind of looks at the others. Is he okay in the head?
He had too many good
Most of
berries
the
from our
time.
friend.
On most days.
Okay.
Come on.
Yes,
Seriously?
the sword talks. Very good.
Awesome.
Swing, swing, hit, hit. Adventure.
His sword actually does talk, though.
It does?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Oh. Cool. I have heard of magical weapons, but only rumors of swords that could talk. Does it have a mouth?
No.
No. I won't try and understand. I just swing and hit in the day. Back in the day. Very good. Anyway, I will check on my armaments and make sure they are in working condition. And yes, I will be ready for action if you so need me.
Sounds good, Sir Veckin.
Very good. Or maybe, I understand you need to keep the book, but if I could have a copy of the entries regarding myself, I would be forever in your debt. I could pay for the scriptures. I have my wealth that keeps me comfortable, and this would be a perfectly fine expense. Yes. But solving the mystery first. Very good. Yeah, I will be in touch if you need me.
I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't even be an issue to get you a copy of the entire journal if you wanted it.
Yeah, mainly just the parts about me, not so much about the bad bits towards the end.
Okay.
But yes. Very good. Yes, I'll perhaps be seeing you shortly. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. And he starts wandering off. Yes, I must be ready for battle. And you kind of just left alone in the room.
I guess we will see ourselves out then.
Yeah, you kind of wander out, and then there's like the kind of like housekeeper who's like, "Oh, yes, I'll show you the way out." And yeah, you're shown out, and you find yourselves on the street again.
Here we are.
On the streets. So yeah, the house that was formerly owned by the Yellow Crest is over here. The trade wards is kind of where you were before, so you could find the businesses back down there. And Salam knows where the House of the Moon is.
Do you guys like to stop by the House of the Moon now?
Yeah,
believe
that's
so.
fine. Better than trying to barge into someone's home, though we may come to that.
Or start immediately raising accusations against others. Just find out more information first.
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, you can... where am I? There we go. So yeah, you guys... minus Veckin. Hide him. So you head towards the west. So you'd come across the street with the manor first, but you could push past that and leave that for now and head to the House of the Moon instead. So it's up to you.
I think we'd probably just walk by it and at least, look at it and stuff like that just quickly as we pass by.
Yeah, walking by it, it looks to be perfectly normal. Looks very grandiose, more so than Veckin's house. much more grand, elaborately decorated, walled and
How big
fenced
is
stuff.
it?
Um,
The hell are they hiding?
it's definitely bigger than my place. Um, it's probably got like 5
That tells me a
bathrooms
lot.
and stuff. it's like a rich person's house, definitely.
Okay. Like 2 stories, 3 stories.
Yeah, 3 stories, probably like 5
Okay.
bathrooms, servants' quarters, that kind of shiz. Yeah. Nothing would indicate that it was the center of a murder scene.
Until you get inside, and it's soaked in blood. Ritual slabs and human sacrifices at every corner.
Maybe.
Wow.
Who knows?
It's a dark place.
You'd be surprised.
So yeah, you can walk past and head to the House of the Moon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you head to the House of the Moon then. Alright. Where are we? House of the Moon. So yeah, very large, grandiose temple. Has a huge dome at the top with a crescent moon at the top. Very, very fancy. So yeah, you can see a number of kind of priests, monks, acolytes moving around. It seems very alive and busy.
Is there somebody that looks like they are maybe of like higher rank that looks like they are maybe in charge or something like that?
Yeah, you could probably find someone akin to that. Yeah, you kind of go into the entrance hall. Yeah, it's laid out simply, but it's elegant and impressive architecture, vaulted ceilings, and there's many people moving around. Some of them, maybe they have a little bit of fancy trim on their robes, indicating that maybe they're a bit higher up. But you're kind of looking around, and someone approaches you and says, perhaps you are new here. I do not know your faces, but I recognize that at least one of you is a follower of Saloon. Perhaps you have come here for worship?
Among other things, yes.
The doors of Saloon are open to all. Everyone is equal and has equal opportunities and has a right to a happy life.
I agree.
So, how can I help you today?
So this might be a little bit late, but we are investigating the disappearance, possible murder of a family that were large donors and frequenters of the House of the Moon here.
We have many a donor, but
Does the
maybe
Yellowcrest family ring any bells?
Yellowcrest. I believe it rings a bell. Yes.
About 5 years ago?
5 years ago. Yes, I believe. Yes, I think I do know the ones. They were avid donators and worshippers until suddenly they stopped. We tried to find out any reason. Of course, everyone is welcome to their own beliefs and followings, but we wanted to know why with a sudden change of heart and looked into it, but were turned away quite abruptly by the Lord. And then I do believe something bad did happen at one point, a death, I believe. Does that sound about right?
Yes, that does sound about right.
Yes, then I am correct in the family I'm thinking of. Terrible tragedy, of course, but
So
yes.
they didn't give any reason for why they just abruptly stopped coming to worship.
We tried to find, but personally, I'm not at the top of this organization. But maybe if you spoke to someone higher up, I suppose at the top we have Nanetha, but they're rather busy. Are you with the lore of of Waterdeep, or
No.
what is the capacity that you are here in?
I am here under Saloon's capacity. I received a vision regarding this, and I
A
am
vision?
following that. Yes.
From Saloon herself? Oh.
Indeed.
Um.
So, I'm working under a higher power, you might say.
The highest power there is, Saloon herself. Please wait. I will arrange a meeting with our leader of the church, of the temple here. Yeah, I will. Please wait. I will be back in a moment. And
Thank you.
they just speed walk off, muttering to themselves. And you're kind of left waiting for a bit. Yeah, you look around, and yeah, it's simple but beautiful. Various artifacts and kind of reliefs and paintings all around. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we can go to when they return, or do you have anything to talk amongst yourselves about?
Maybe Kinar will just kind of look around. Yeah, just generally take a look around, but that's it.
Salam would definitely take a look around too, just because he's never been here before, so he'd be very interested in, a large temple like this to his goddess.
Yeah.
So yeah, you look around, and there seems to be a big focus on a particular artifact that you recognize as the Wand of the Four Moons, a very famous weapon relating to Saloon, but this is likely and probably a replica, just kind of honoring the past weapon of Saloon. There's other kind of urns, paintings, and depictions of ways of worship for Saloon around as well, but that seems to be the draw of this temple.
Cool.
Okay.
And it's the Wand of the Full Moons?
The Wands of the... let me get again. The Wands of the Four Moons.
4 moons.
Yeah, I'll paste that for you. Yeah, you kind of know that this is the favored kind of weapon of the Faerunian goddess Saloon, the Moon Maiden. And yeah, this is kind of a replica based on kind of lore and stories about Saloon's past. Okay, so yeah, it's a couple of minutes, so you have time to look around, but the priestess comes back, and you see they are accompanied by someone else who kind of approaches you, and they kind of fix you with a stern glare and say, "I believe one of you has mentions of a vision."
Yes, that was me. I'm Salam.
Salam, you say. Yes, visions. There are. It has happened. I am Nenethar Suaril. How would I say that? Nanitha Suaril. Yeah, that one. I am the leader of this temple. Yes, if you would accompany me to somewhere more private. Are these your comrades?
Indeed they are.
Yes, they can join us then. Follow me. And she leads you to a quiet area of the temple where you have the room to yourselves, and she sits down. Can I fetch you some refreshments? Or shall
Yes,
we go?
please.
Yes, refreshments, please. The priestess disappears. After a minute or so, they come back with a choice refreshment. And you hydrate. That's good hydration. Very good. Now, tell me about this vision.
Very well. And I will tell him about the vision, about the room in Candlekeep and the book and the ghost, and then how it showed me the House of the Moon here, and that there was another book involved.
And maybe
just kind of fill him in on everything.
So, do you tell her about the initial kind of request as to how you could fulfill Saloon's wishes as well?
Yeah, I'll just kind of say that, I had been looking for direction from Saloon on how I could best serve her, and this was what came to me.
Yes, we all wish to serve her as best as possible. You are truly gifted, or maybe even chosen for a meaningful purpose that she sees. I'm not sure. Yes, she has chosen previous ones in the past. So this is something about the Yellow Crest, the family.
Yes, we have learned that it is indeed to do with the Yellow Crest family.
Yes, I do believe there was a... Yes, we did stop receiving their worship and donations, but donations come and go, but we left it at that. But then we heard about the death, and I used my connections to find out a little bit more, and it turns out there was perhaps something nefarious going on.
With the Lord, perhaps?
Sorry, what was that? With who?
With the Lord, perhaps?
Ah, yes. They did. We did speak to them personally, and they seemed very abrasive with their change, and we did leave it at that. But after the deaths took place, we used our connections to find out something, and it seems the servants were killed. They were later found, and the lady and their children were indeed murdered as well. So
they were found as well?
Not entirely. There were, through magics, we found traces of other bodies, but the full remains of the lady and the children were not found.
So is there any chance they're still alive?
It's very unlikely. It's been so long. I do believe there was a rumor that Lord Vialis relocated to somewhere else. Where was it? A small village not too far from here called Greenfast. Yes, I believe he relocated there before the murder. I'm not too sure. But yes, Greenfast, not too far from here. South of Waterdeep, I believe.
Interesting.
Bit
That's
of a
the first we've heard of that.
Yes, bit of a dangerous road though. So if you go that way, maybe take care. There's rumors of travelers being robbed of their belongings. Even a few murders that took place and bodies disappearing. Perhaps this is your calling. Maybe it's connected to something our goddess is looking to stop.
Perhaps.
Yes, your vision must be... I admit I had my doubts, but this seems to be true, that you had a vision at least, and that it is connected to something meaningful. Yes, if there is anything we can do, we will do our best to help. But yes, Greenfast, the Lord's relocated there. Yes.
I am a true follower of Saloon. I would never come in here and fabricate a vision.
And yes, I have no doubt of that now. And the rest of you, do you also follow Saloon?
I do not, but I would be interested in learning more.
Well,
I follow Salam, who follows Saloon. So is it like a distant relative type of deal?
doesn't quite
Third
work
hand-
like that,
Third cousins once
but
removed.
we are a open temple of worship that welcomes anyone who wishes to follow the ideals of Saloon. Second-hand worship.
I have stronger ties to Timora, but with great respect
That
to Lady
is...
Saloon and the glow she gives us each night.
Yes, the glow is glorious and soothing. But yes, Timora also very, very good goddess, I believe. But yes, that's fine. But yes,
We could all use a little luck.
of course. Hopefully, we can avoid the gaze of Bathsheba.
Oh no, I make a warding gesture.
Yes. Very good. So yes, Greenfast, perhaps there's some leads there you could follow.
Was a reason for the relocation ever given?
I can't recall anything, but the demeanor of the Lord did change rather drastically. I was myself quite acquainted with him. The donations were so generous, and then it's as if a switch turned and everything just stopped, which is perfectly acceptable, but then the deaths and the rumors of cult-like activities started circling, but Waterdeep is filled with many things, rumors included. But yes, Greenfast, the relocation I can be certain of.
Well, I guess that would help explain why the businesses are still running.
Ah, yes, I do recall. Was it skinning or leatherworking or something?
I think they were tanners and something else.
Yes.
Shoemakers.
Yes, he did mention of his businesses, but that was of no concern to me. But yes, perhaps that's also a tale you could pull upon.
What's that?
The businesses. Maybe you can find some
yeah.
information there. Or I believe the manor is still standing. It wasn't such a tragedy that would destroy the entire building. Someone else lives there now, I believe. Not followers of our faith, but I'm sure I have heard nothing of them, so they must be upstanding citizens. So yes. But yes,
Do you think they would be willing, perhaps, to allow us entry?
I'm sure they would listen and give information, but as they are not followers, they would not particularly be inclined to be following you on your vision quest.
Understand that. Is there perhaps anything, and again, I know they're not followers, so I don't know how much weight it would hold, but is there anything official that you might be able to give me that would say that we are acting in capacity of the church?
I'm sure I could write
just to give us a
something
little
for
bit
you.
more authority and to, ensure that we are upstanding people with good intentions.
I will make a letter in my name and use my seal. I can vouch for your vision. And yes, give it my name and seal, and that should hold some standing.
Yeah, that should do very well, thank you.
Yes, I will prepare that after we conclude our conversation.
Well, are there any questions that you have for me or for us? Anything you would like to know?
Anything about the murder would be good. They were followers of our faith. A conclusion would be nice. And if there was anything more, any further visions or messages from herself, I would be very much interested to hear it. I have had glimpses from her, but nothing maybe as solid as what you're describing.
I'm sure you will soon. The work that you're doing here is just as important as anything I do.
Indeed, I find it rewarding, spreading her words and teachings. But yes, this cult must be offensive and against our goddess, so perhaps she has called upon you to vanquish it and bring an end to whatever deeds it is cooking up or connected to. I will write the letter and grant my seal, and I wish if there are any updates I would be more than happy to hear about them. Yes. And if there is anything else our temple can do, any basic supplies, I'm sure we could help you as best as we can.
You make healing potions here?
Yeah, I was gonna say healing potions are always useful.
We do not make them ourselves, but I'm sure I could use some funds to get it, and of course I can give my blessings to you. I will, if you are willing to wait, I can arrange some potions and write the letter and then bless you as you go out to carry out your quest. Very good.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay, so she says, feel free to wait here or look around the temple, offer your worship.
Real quick, Nanitha, I'm guessing that's a replica, but has the real wand of the 4 moons ever been found?
I've seen it during my meditations, but yes, it is a replica, but there's only tales of it. It has never been found, but yes, perhaps it is still in use by the goddess herself. But there are many tales of artifacts, a spear, armor. There's the goddess is powerful, and she is doting to her chosen ones. So, I will request the potions and write the letter, and I'll be with you shortly, so I will see you soon. So she'll stand up, bow slightly, and head out the room. So yeah, you have some time amongst yourselves to talk while the potions are prepared. And the letter is writ.
I find it highly unusual that this is the first time that we heard that Lord Valis was relocated to another domain.
Yeah, everyone else we talked to thought that he was probably dead as well.
It seems as if the people of this church, magical means were uncovering maybe more hidden facts than the authorities would like to publicize.
Yeah, I think you're correct in that.
Which also kind of makes sense as why the business operations, is still running.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the same thing. Because that was really confounding me, how the business operations would stay running if no member of the family was still alive. Because I feel like if they had bequeathed it to a distant relative or something like that, that the estate also would have gotten handed down. So there probably would have been, a change in ownership much sooner than 2 years ago.
Very much so. As Lord Varkin said, that things in Waterdeep happen to move fairly quickly. So the fact that they still own these businesses under their family name is quite unusual. As you've been here before, what do you think, or whose pocket do you believe will be the best rewarded for this kind of operation?
Well, I had initially thought it more innocent than you two did. There are other explanations for things, but I believe your conclusions here. What's to say, but if the Lord is alive and living in exile in a smaller village, he can run the business, make himself make himself plenty of money, and whatever dark rituals or whatever dark callings supposedly brought him to such vile actions, he may be using that money to continue them.
So should we peek around these businesses before we head over to a green fast? They said.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking we probably should.
I agree.
Well, we'll
Better
wait
to-
till night before moving.
Yeah. It's better to get that kind of stuff done while we're still in the city than to decide to do it once we're in Greenfast. Will this be a stealth mission? I can leave my armor behind.
No. Bring your armor. I got something that can help you.
Alright. You know how noisy I can be. I won't try to hide it.
Oh, that's fine.
We all have things to improve on, I suppose. Anyways, if you've got it covered, I'll be armed.
Alright. So yeah, if your conversation... Oh, sorry.
And you know, I always have Pass Without a Trace at the ready.
Very good spell.
Well, remember this. We will have to use the utmost subtlety because if we're going to, how do you say, enter a domain without permission, we can't let it be dragged back to Candlekeep.
Or to us
We
at
should-
all.
So we should leave the pins at home. Got it.
I mean, the pins that symbolize you as the Keeper's hands, they've only been around for a month or so, so although the Keeper
longer
might be
than
well
that.
known, there's maybe some rumors about the deeds you've done thanks to Kane's kind of rumor sowing, but maybe they might not have reached as far as Waterdeep, but maybe kind of tales of your deeds might start to spread now that Glitter has returned here, and now that
To
you
be fair, I wasn't too concerned about us being identified on
Hmm.
the spot. But if, God forbid, somehow we were captured, they could have their free time to look up what that symbol means at their leisure.
yeah, I'm sure they could
Or,
communicate
they
with the
could just
Keeper if
kill
they
us. It
needed.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't think
just-
Waterdeep is the type of place that has on-the-spot executions.
Not yet.
Not yet.
After what we're about to pull, they will.
I could also cast a spell that would allow me to ask a single question regarding a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days, and I have to get a truthful reply, so that could be something that
Ooh.
that we could do as well, if we could come up with a good question.
I don't see why it would hurt. I guess the question is, what's the question?
Exactly.
That's what I'm turning over currently.
Maybe something along the line as, did Lord Vialis sacrifice his family for nefarious deeds? Or did he make a deal? Or where is this book that people are talking about?
Knowing in advance if it's a bad idea or a good idea to go into the old manor would be another pursuit, I suppose.
I think we should maybe hit the shops before we go to the manor.
I agree. Just in case if there's any lingering prying eyes or, spies among the household that could give them a tip onto what our actions are.
Exactly.
Okay. So at this point, Nanitha will open the door and walk back in. I have the letter with my seal and signature. This should provide evidence that you are truthful on your vision quest, but it will be more useful against followers of Saloon. People have their own beliefs. Some people might even be against Saloon and use this as an excuse to start disagreements. But yes, it should be of some use to you, and she'll pass it over to Salam. I believe the potions are on the way. There'll be a mere moment. If there's anything else I can advise or assist you with before that.
I think that you have been more than helpful, and I thank you. It was very nice to meet you, Nanitha. I don't get much opportunity to interact with other followers of Saloon, so
Yes.
it's good to be in a place surrounded by so many, and I thank you for the warm welcome.
Yes, I've been following and faithful to Saloon for some time, and I have had my adventures, and yes, I'm happy now to be here serving her. So after a moment, someone comes in and hands a little wooden delivery box, and inside are level 7. There is a potion of greater healing each.
Oh.
Is that too
Nice.
much? I don't know. Hey.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, there's 5 of you, so 5 potions of greater healing. Yes, this is all I could put together at such short notice. They are expensive, and yes, but anything to help on a quest of Saloon, of course. I will be praying for you, of course, and I will be more than happy to bless and pray for Saloon before you leave us. Yeah. So yeah, if that's everything, everyone gets a potion of greater healing. I guess Chadwick can get one. Let's give one to Chadwick, since there's one each. He's part of the party, so he's handed one. Where are we?
Part of the party, part of the crew.
Sorry, one last thing. Do you happen to have like a vial or 2 of holy water around that I might be able to grab?
I could create. We have some lying around, but for such a important quest, I can make a fresh one for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she leads you to all to a kind of like ceremony room, but something a bit more private, and she goes about saying some prayers, preparing a vial of holy water. As she bestows the properties upon it, it begins to twinkle as if giving off some faint moonlight. And as she says the prayers to Saloon, wishing you luck and fortune and success on your quest, you are all filled with a sense of purpose and strength. So you all get inspiration that will not expire until you use it.
Cool.
Check that box.
Yeah, and then if that's everything, yeah, that's you head out the House of the Moon and look to going to the next clue. So yeah, you've looked into Vecken, you've met with Glitter, and you've been to the House of the Moon. So after this, you have the businesses in the trade world that are still connected to the Yellow Crest, and then you have the manor that is under new occupants over here. So you have 2 more leads within Waterdeep. So yeah, there we go. I think maybe here is a good point to stop. It's getting pretty late for me, and we've been going for a bit. So yeah, maybe we can start to wrap things up for the session today. So yeah, thanks for everyone who watched. We got a nice little raid from Wormwood, I believe. I know they have made quite a lot of content for D&D. Yeah, so I am definitely aware of them and thankful for the raid, and for those of you stuck around and dropped a follow. We stream this campaign every Tuesday at 8 PM BST. I have another campaign going where I'm a player on Sundays, Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage at the same time. And yeah, everyone else has other things going on. On Thursdays, I'm playing in a game over at Hawk's channel. Do you want to tell us about that, Hawk?
Yes, over on Thursdays, we play Icewind Dale, and we are currently in the final chapter. We will be playing this Thursday as long as everybody is good with that.
Yep.
I might be a bit late, but
3 to 6 p.m. Yeah, it's 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'll go ahead and post my link here. If you want some more D&D content with these fine fellows here, come on by.
Excellent. Anyone else?
I'm good.
All right.
Yep, Swirl Daddy 7 on Twitch.
Rebranded. I love it.
Rebranded, Swirl Daddy.
Been playing a bunch of Star Citizen. Gonna start streaming that soon as well, with the big patch coming up for 17. Also play tactical RPGs, some Call of Duty Warzone. So hop on by.
Yeah. And any
Thank you,
message?
Akron, for DMing.
Yeah, no worries. Any message of goodness and well-being from Azza?
Yeah, appreciate the raid, Wormwood Gaming. I'll
Yeah.
be sure to check out the stream next time you're on. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Definitely.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, we did a lot of
Thank you so much.
sleuthing and raiding, sleuthing and role-playing, sorry, this time. But yeah, maybe we'll get some combat coming next time, who knows.
You
Alright.
should raid somebody else.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking to see how I do that. I believe I do it on the Twitch thing, so we'll do a raid. There it is, yeah.
Orphans.
Yeah, so stick around, we'll do a raid. Thanks for watching as always. So let's find a D&D channel. So let's browse Dungeons and Dragons, the best tabletop role-playing game. Come at me, Warhammer.
Yeah, Warhammer, come at us.
Thomas took offense.
Wow, no need to make this like a competition between 2 great games.
I mean, Warhammer's good, but you know. I mean, I collected Tau back in the day. I enjoyed the making and painting more than the actual play. But yeah, Warhammer's cool.
Thomas is about to pull out all his minis and repaint them. It's like
Looking at 'em right
anti-Akron
now.
colors.
I'm looking at them right now.
He's looking at him right now. I can see it. I see the glint in his eye.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's go to this one. Haldarius. How do I do this raid shit?
Feel no paint. Green Legion.
Here we go.
/ raid and then the
Yeah,
channel name.
starting the raid here. Yeah, so we should be going over.
Goodbye,
So yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Tune in next
Have
time.
fun
Thanks for
raiding.
watching. Thank you as always. Stay well.
Say hi for us.
Peace.
And then does it just? I think I did the raid. Does
Hey,
it?
look there.
Does it just go?
It went.
Okay.
I think they're in.
Water deep
They're in
as
the
well.
same place, Waterdeep.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I chose them. So do I just click end stream and the raid just continues?
Yep.
Alright,
So
I'll-
you transferred them over.
Yeah.
So you can hit in stream.
Nice, I'll do that then.